shoes, seats and 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 shoes. My shoe game may be different, but my seat is still the same. My shoe game may be different, but my seat is still the same. My shoe game may be different, but my seat is still the same. Sundays off of sneakers, I'm walking in faith.
You having your expectations, you know, like you said, the collar, the chain, the purple hair. Did it have did it put a strain on our marriage? Because
it did to a certain extent. Because I could be stubborn at times.
Absolutely.
And wow.
I'm sorry, did I say that aloud?
It be your own people.
I'm sorry, babe.
Your
I did not say
own
that.
people.
Did I say that out loud? I really thought I said that in my head.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We're being transparent.
We are being transparent, so
okay.
Don't tell the world
no,
you can be a little
just-
stubborn at times.
But I
Stuck
can
in your
be
ways.
I can be a very stubborn person when I have an idea in my head or when I see something, you know. So I knew that God was going to use you in a great way, but my idea was how he was going to use you. You know, I had an idea of how that was going to happen. And so for you not to kind of conform it to the image of my idea, I saw that it kind of is disobedience to God and, you know. So it was very frustrating. And then we were going through at the time as well. And I'm like, you know, maybe you come on now. I'm like, come on now. We got to be obedient to our calling. You know,
even in our going through our transitions, it all played a part into who we are today. I remember we could share a little bit of our story. You know, we got married in 2015.
2015, yep.
Had our first son in 2016. I'm sorry, I got a lot of them, y'all.
No, it was 17. Wait a minute, hold on.
16.
16, yeah.
Woo!
We done had a lot of cheering.
In 2016, after our first son, we then got pregnant again.
Yes.
But I had a miscarriage.
That's right, yeah.
Then we got pregnant again.
Yes.
And I had my second son, which is Israel, in November 29, 2017.
Well, actually, you forget it. Our sisters came before he was born.
Really?
Yes.
I always thought they came.
No, they came because they were there when I had to take you to the hospital.
They sure were. They sure were. And so we end up
we
taking in our amazing sisters. 3 of his sisters. They came to live with us, and I had another baby.
Yep.
Living in a 2-bedroom.
We were living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, little studio flat.
Apartment.
Apartment.
Studio flat.
That's what they call them, studio flat.
Yeah.
You open the door, you can see the whole thing.
The
living
room,
and all the rooms are on the side.
As soon as you get in the shower, somebody else got to use the restroom, which is.
Lord, I just want to take the time just say thank you for keeping my sanity.
My God.
I was in the house with all these ladies. No, I'm just
No. On top of, you know, trying to find our way. We were still newlyweds.
Yeah, we were still newlyweds, so we were still learning each other.
We were married, that was about 3 years? We had been married for only 3 years then?
Yeah, really only 2. Yeah, really only 2, because we got married at 15, had a first son at 16, that's our first year. And so 17 really going into our second year of marriage, So we were really young.
Yeah, I got married at 21.
Yeah.
You were 22.
Yeah. And so we were really young trying to take on the world.
Yeah.
And still learning each other and then becoming one.
Yeah.
You know, we become one at the vows, but really when you live together and you start mixing backgrounds and stuff, you know, the background of my family is we share everything, you know. It's nothing for us to, when I cook at my house, I'm cooking big meals. My sisters know, Amber knows, that's her younger sister. they always come over to the house to eat because that's how my family, I'm not going to talk about your family.
Go ahead. It's fine.
But that's
But you
how
better
my
hope they don't watch
family
this
is.
'cause we're gonna get on their
And
head.
then, you know what I'm saying? Her family, me coming into her family,
Yeah.
they fix just enough. My family, when we invite you over,
Yeah.
you can eat, go to sleep, wake up, eat some more,
You really
and
can.
then take some with you.
Yes, baby. A feast.
I'm talking
laid
about
out.
Tupperware of stuff.
Yes.
Her family, they fix just enough for you to get that first serving, and then you go try to get some more. They can put it up in the oven. So we're mixing in all of this
Yeah.
because she's used to being like frugal and stuff with the eating and
Yeah.
stuff. Me, I'm used to spent $500 in grocery was nothing, to me. But that was a lot for So we had to navigate. Well, it seemed small, but it was big stuff.
Yeah. Even like I have siblings, but of course we are not as close as you and your sisters. Well, me and my baby sister are, but we had such a big gap in our age, so
Right.
I pretty much didn't have to, share,
Yeah.
or whatever I wanted, I went and got. Like I had a selfish mentality, so I know.
Absolutely.
I really can't stand. Really,
Absolutely.
don't do too much. But I believe, during that time, God really broke me down.
Broke both of us down.
Yeah, broke us down. So all things work together for the
Oh,
good.
yes.
We definitely didn't have no understanding. I mean,
None.
just
I can even remember in our marriage counseling session, the chief apostle,
my God.
he did our premarital counseling, and he was in there talking about how much he was in love with me and stuff, and the chief said, "No, y'all not in love." He said, "Y'all not really in love yet
Yeah, he did.
until you could go through time." He said, "Time will tell if you're really in love."
Right.
And I didn't have no understanding of that, and you didn't either. You was like, "Man, I just have to deal with that," He was like, I know I'm in love.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know I'm in love too, but with no trials and tribulation came.
Listen,
Woo!
baby.
My.
Lord have mercy.
Jesus.
God's grace and mercy. God's grace and mercy.
His grace and mercy. He really
Listen.
kept us. Now, going almost 10 years in,
Yeah.
I can say I'm in love with you.
You in love with me?
I'm in love with you every day of the week.
Really?
You get on my nerves, but I love you.
You get on mine too. You move slow. That irks my
Wow.
nerves. You don't drive.
Let me tell you something. My wife says that I move a little, slow. I'm slow, but I'm show. Okay?
Oh, okay.
I want to introduce that hashtag slow but show. When I move out the house or step out the house, I hadn't forgot anything. My wife, she fast, but if you fast, it don't always last. My wife step out the house, albeit running fast and stuff, and then forgot everything she needed.
We're not gonna start.
She forget everything she
We're
needed,
not
or
gonna
then lost
start.
something. But me, I'm slow, but I'm sure.
We're not gonna
I'm gonna
start.
show up.
How many children you get ready while we're getting up and get ready
I
on a
get
Sunday morning?
I get quite a few ready.
How many? How many?
It depends on what you talk about.
How-
Ready, I feed them.
Do you?
Yeah,
On Sunday morning, do you feed them?
I feed them.
Do you? I wish my son was in here.
I feed them breakfast.
Do you?
Yeah.
Jontrell, you're a prophet. You're a prophet. Should we move on?
Come on.
Okay. How did we overcome?
We overcame
By the blood of the Lamb.
and by the word of our testimony.
My
No,
God.
no, for real though. We a lot of it was me having to really step back and let God do the work. I think, as I said in the last episode, I'm sitting on your platform.
Yeah.
So there were things that God had to really deal with you in, between the two of you, you and him, your relationship with God, and I had to be understanding of that.
Yeah.
And that's how we, really start to overcome that.
Yeah.
When I dropped my idea, say, hey, I've been wrong this whole time. I've been wrong. I'm the leader of the family, and I have been moving in error. I'm sitting up here rebuking you. Hey, we got to, do the calling. Not the calling, the calling.
Right.
And I'm moving in error.
Yeah.
That was not God's plan for your life necessarily.
And there were times, I felt as if maybe I wasn't, meant to be your wife, and I shared that with you, because of your idea of what that looked like. And I knew, like, no matter what I do, that's just not me, and it was until when we had a conversation and you, poured your heart out, I was able to, like, we can make it through this, But for a minute, I'm like, I ain't wearing no collar, brother. And I think I did try to wear a collar one time.
You did. You used to wear on first Sunday. You had a little jacket with the little
mine ain't had an emblem. I don't think I had that.
Okay.
I just had a little collar.
Well, back in the day, we used to have a jacket. We used to have with the little crest on it. And you did have on the collar.
I did, but it wasn't me.
All black hair, with the purple.
With the purple.
With a little bang, 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 bang. And you had your cross on.
I ain't had no cross
You
on.
did. You had the little cross. You didn't have a big.
Jontrell, I have never wore a cross in that.
You did have a little bitty cross that came down to your chest.
And you bought it for me.
Yeah, I bought it for you. Yeah.
You was so happy.
I was like, look at my wife with that collar. Look at missionary here, evangelist. But
I put it down.
You did. You made a phone call over my head.
Yeah.
And said, this is. Well, you talked to me about it, and then you did move in order. And, you was like, this is not me. And guess what? I had to respect that.
Yeah.
Because it's so many.
I was just going to say that. So many people.
You know what I'm saying? That's in my youth. Now coming to understand the wisdom. There are so many wives that are put in a place just because their husband is in a place.
Absolutely.
And this ain't what God didn't mean for her to do that.
Absolutely.
You done made her a whole pastor. And really, she trying to find her way.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But that's another podcast for another day.
Yeah.
But it's so many people out of position. Same thing with husbands, too. There are husbands that are in leadership, but just because the lady is a pastor, you feel like because he's the man, he's got the pastor, but maybe that's not his calling,
right.
And now, your whole church empty, you know what I'm saying, because you trying to make somebody into something that God didn't make them.
Yeah, and I'm so glad I recognized that within myself, because where would I be?
Yeah, where would you be?
You know what I'm saying? Still
being who you are is a lie. It's still a lie. Right now, even as a leading lady, it's a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. So imagine, me trying to, you conformed it to my image.
Yeah.
And having that weight, that extra weight. You know what I'm saying? It's already warfare, just you being you.
Yeah.
So I thank God that we were able to recognize that error, that I was able to, as a husband, recognize this and then turn around and support your journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So how did you feel about, me wanting to kind of, because of course the church is way more modernized now.
Right.
But then we were still in transition.
Right.
But me, I was coming to church with my tennis shoes on and my jeans, and how did you initially feel honestly about that, although you had accepted,
Well, by that time, I was at a place of acceptance. And when I say acceptance, I don't mean that as, I'm just settling, you know, because like I knew that God was taking you on a unique journey. And so when I say acceptance, that I'm talking about me, coming into submission to what that was. And so I knew that you were going to be different, a different type of leading lady, And I was fine with that because I knew that, you know, even through you and us together, now I'm a different type of leader.
Yeah.
You know, a more open leader. You know, just being with you has even opened, because I'm young, but I'm old school.
Very old school.
You know what I'm saying? I came up in the 90s. You know, I came up in the
What?
in the
The 90s? I thought you were going to say the 70s,
No.
the 80s. The 90s?
I came up. The 90s was a long way ago. My sons don't even know what a CD player is.
Baby, they only 4.
That
Your oldest is 6.
I know he don't know what a CD player
He's
is.
only 6.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, when I was 6, I knew what a CD player was.
Okay, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
He don't know.
But you
what
weren't your average 3-year-old either, so.
He don't know what a CD player is. He was just talking to me the other day about a VCR, like I guess at school or something he saw one.
Yeah.
And he was trying to tell me, I'm like, son, I know about that, you know. But so you threw me off my thought.
I'm sorry.
What was I talking about? Oh.
You were saying
You have opened me up,
Yeah.
you know, so much. Just even being with you, so definitely even had an effect on my leadership style and who I am and how I conduct myself as a leader. So I was really I was in a new place. I was in the place with you. I was just happy to really have you by my side.
Awesome.
And I don't believe, let me say that too, I don't believe behind every great man is a good woman. My wife is beside me.
Yeah.
Because God didn't take my spinal cord to make a woman. He took the rib cage. And so my wife is always beside me. You can't speak to me without speaking to my wife first. You know, some people have a problem with the wife and then still try to come to the, no. You know, you got to honor the lady.
Mighty God.
Y'all, hello somebody.
Hello.
Then we can, you know, talk or do whatever we got to do. So I'm that type of husband.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple of years ago, well, it's been a couple of years ago, I think, maybe just a year ago. I went to Atlanta and I came back. We had a conversation. You remember the conversation?
So what?
A self-discovery.
Yeah, self-discovery.
Do you want to talk about your self-discovery?
Just refresh my memory a little bit.
Oh my God.
You was talking about when, I think I know what you're talking about. I discovered you went away, and so I had time to deal with myself.
He was missing me.
Yeah. And so
He was crying.
I made a self-discovery that I really didn't have an identity outside of church.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's major.
It was major for me.
Especially with you being so young.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
being so young, like a lot of people, I just begin to kind of self-reflect. Even going back to high school, man, I have classmates that did not, and they have admitted to me, like they was like, man, we just always called you Bishop.
Yeah.
We always called you Rev or Preacher Man. You know, I didn't even know your real name. You know what I'm saying? My identity has been so wrapped up into church and the things of church that I kind of realized that, hey man, you got to live
Yeah.
a little bit. You know, you got to put the church down. You know, this is Christ's church,
Right.
and not your church. You know what I'm saying? You the assistant pastor. You know. Now, in our senior leadership, they are great workers and all that. It's just I get on their nerves sometimes because I'm that assistant.
All the time.
Okay, I will call you at 5 o'clock in the morning. If we can't meet, we gonna make a meet. If I got to get in the car and ride with you down the road.
Ooh, Lord, have mercy.
I know my pastor, Apostle Cordero Beard, he gonna be shaking his head while he watching it because he know I'm that assistant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you that email. You know, hey, we got this going on. But I realized, like, you know, even them, they have very balanced life. You know what I'm saying? I need to chill out.
Yeah.
You know, I need to sit down. I almost died picking up a podium one time.
Yeah. For
You
real.
know, my body, like seriously, like I was sick.
Yeah.
You know, come to find out I had walking pneumonia. 70% of my left lung was filled. And I'm up here at the church trying to pick a podium up, put it on the pulpit.
Yep.
About to fall out right there in the sanctuary. You know, I believe that Christ would have brought me back. You know,
My God.
but it's still the fact, the seriousness of.
And you have to take care of yourself.
You got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and live a little bit.
So you
know what
living,
I'm
baby
saying?
daddy?
Huh?
Are you living?
Yeah, I'm living my best life. I'm not gonna say the rest of it.
Well, you is a fool.
Yeah, I'm.
Do you have any friends?
I have a few. You know, not many, but I have a few.
Okay.
You know, they know who they are.
No, they do.
Well,
You can count them on one hand.
yeah, I definitely can count on one. You know, so I'm an introvert. You know what I'm saying, and so you know, my people get me, and most of my friends are introverts themselves.
Yeah.
You know, so we good. We don't have to. We don't talk every day.
Yeah.
We don't, you know. Hey, but when we get together, it's a great time, and then we call each other every now and then.
Yeah.
When we come out of hibernation.
I got you. So now that the church is more modernized, do you ever feel as if you have to change your appearance?
Change my appearance? Not really. Not really.
You're just gonna keep on rolling.
Yeah, I keep on rolling because guess what? You are authentically you, and I have to be authentically me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's us together that bring in, you know, the different people that we're all called to reach,
absolutely.
you know. And so what I do is I visit the modern side when it's time to visit the modern side.
Yeah.
And then when it's those times are sacred or when I have to, hey, I'm in my gear and I'm ready to roll.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I have come a long way.
Yeah.
You know, I wear, you know, the Jordans or Air Force Ones
Or
or what I think is Air Force Ones. That was really Nikes, but we're not going to talk about it. You know, I try to change up wardrobe just a little bit, but I am still in touch with who I am, you know, and my background and where I come from, my foundation.
If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
If I can give myself one piece of advice, my younger self?
Your younger self.
Okay, my younger self. I would tell my younger self to enjoy the journey. You know, enjoy the journey. I think, you know, a lot of times, especially in my mind, even as an assistant, as an administrator, as a person, because that's an extension of my personality.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about next. And sometimes, you know, and I get to the next, sometimes I'm like, woo, I miss the simpler days.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I miss the days where we used to come in, sit on the third pew.
And walk straight out.
You know, and walk straight out. You know,
God.
we ain't have to do this or do that.
Bring
but
back
now,
the simple days.
even, you know, as a person that works in ministry and everything, you know, I'm always thinking about what's next. I'm always thinking about, you know, the restrooms, the facility, the next revival, the next, you know, because that's just the nature of where we are. And even in life, I've always been like that, the next thing, the next, you know. And so I think it's good to enjoy the moment, to savor the moments that we have, even together.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times we get so caught up in the next event that sometimes we even take each other for granted, you know. But it's good to enjoy the simpler times because we're rushing trying to get to a destination. But what about the journey?
Yeah.
You know, what about the journey too? It's beautiful. You know, sometimes I miss the simpler time in the 2-bedroom.
Get it out.
I'm getting it out. In the 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
You know, I miss those simpler times.
When it was
sometimes.
just me and you.
When it was just us.
For that few
And you was watching Prison Break on your phone, and I was watching Breaking Bad on my phone.
I just seen they were doing a season 6 on Prison Break.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that show give me anxiety.
Well, they not doing no more Breaking Bad. That was a bad show. But I miss those simpler times where we could just get up and go.
Yeah.
You know, now we got to find babysitter.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you something. When you have 4 children,
they all gotta go.
You can't just put all 4 of them in the same place.
Right.
One of them got to go over here across town. 2 of them got to stay with somebody else. Then one got to go to the other part of town.
Or one gotta go with you.
Or one got to go with you.
We got one with us right now.
Yeah, we have one with us right now. And one is on one part of town, the other 2 on the other part. So, you know, I miss those simpler times. You know. We ain't even got to the ministry part yet. This just our babies, you know.
But God has blessed us, man. We are so blessed.
We are.
We do have a lot on our plate, but God has given us the ability to handle all things.
Yes. And that's one of my sayings, you know. Don't complain about what's on your plate when your goal was to eat.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You know, be thankful. In all things, give thanks, for this is the will of God concerning you. Absolutely. And so we've been through a lot, but everything has brought us to this moment and this place and time. And so I'm embracing this moment even now because I know it's only up.
Wow.
From here.
My Lord.
You know, we ain't focus on nobody else doing nothing else. You know, we focus on the assignment that God has given to the hills.
Tunnel vision.
Yes, and we are the hills. Yeah. You know.
Absolutely. Well, what can we expect from you?
Well, you can expect more. Like I said earlier, I am the owner of the Preaching Pig, and so Preaching Pig Barbecue. We are going to be more consistent in more places than ever. You know, I need some help. I'm looking to hire some people.
Please, so I can get up off there.
We rolling, you know, and I can cook all this good food by myself.
Putting your application through my DM.
Yes. And so we're looking at some people are calling now, and we're looking at expanding what God has given me there. Of course, we're at DP Nation Pedal, and we're at Wiggins every second and fourth Sunday, and we are at DP Nation Pedal every Sunday. Come through.
Sundays at 2.
Sundays at 2.
Yeah.
Okay. If you come in on the second Sunday, you might hear me sing an old hymn. I always take it back.
Do one for us right now, real quick before we go. Come on.
No, I'm not doing one right now. No. We're going to say that for tomorrow. Okay. But you can catch me there, me and my wife there. That's where we serve with a pastor, senior pastor, or Apostle Cordero D. Beard, Lady Jessica Beard. Yeah. And so you can see the Holy Hills. We have the Holy Hills. They have quite a few engagements in the month of June. So you can follow them. You can also, we're getting ready to launch our whole family page and website and whatnot.
We are the Hills.
We are the Hills. And so that's going to drop soon. And also, Sundays are for sneakers.
Come through.
I'm a part of that as well. You know, I just watch my wife make shirts and support her.
You don't even watch me.
Huh?
It's okay.
What you talking about?
You don't even watch me.
I watch you every time you walk down the stairs with one on. I'm watching you. What are you talking about? And so that's what we have. We have a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah.
The main thing is, my next big thing is, I need to take my wife on a vacation. So y'all support this podcast so I can take my wife on a vacation.
Well, I appreciate you for being my very first guest.
It's a blessing and honor to be here.
This was wonderful, man.
It really was.
I love you.
And I love you too.
I love you.
And there's not a thing you could do about it.
You gotta be stopped. You gotta be stopped. Listen, family, be sure to subscribe.
My girl is a dime.
to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all social media platforms. And remember, my shoe game is different, but my seat is still the same.
I wrote that, by the way.
See y'all later.
Know that.
Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you like this conversation, hey, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, my shoe game is different, but my seat is still the same. We'll see you guys soon.